This energy feels like murky, but not necessarily in like an anxiety inducing way like you would expect. Like it feels like you're walking through the dark, but you have this sense of like the moon or the stars and like being able to navigate based on those even though it's the middle of the night. And I kind of want to know like what situation are you in that feels so murky right now, and what is it that's getting you through, and what does spirit want you to know about that? So if you're curious, stick around and we'll get into it. So we've got Temperance, High Priestess, Knight of Wands. Yeah, no, this is already giving like in this situation you're able to stay like very very calm and like very balanced with Temperance there. And it's like an intuitive thing. It's an intuitive gift, really, I think, to maintain your cool and maintain your direction. Because with this High Priestess here, it's like you can move forward at the pace of the Knight of Wands. Very fast knight. He's burning through wherever he goes. And you would expect, like, with the way that this energy feels, with the way the situation's presenting, that it would call for a little bit more like caution. But I think like with your intuition, it's like you have this sense of very clearly where you need to go. Well, that was fun. I just had all of my things come crashing down. Um just interesting. I'm like kind of curious if that's now like relevant to some part of the reading. Because the next thing I was gonna ask is like, why are you in the dark in the first place? We know that your intuition is providing the light here, but why are you in the dark in the first place? Three of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Ten of Wands. Interesting. I feel like there's a card there. Six of Cups. This feels like you making a decision to do something different than you would have in the past. Because with this, like, Six of Cups and the Ten of Wands, I think, like, some of the being in the dark is this feeling of not really knowing how to move forward because you feel like you're kind of doing it alone. And it's like that isolation is a little bit of like a dark night of the soul almost. Um, because I think like your priority right now is collaborating with people who like legitimately want to be a part of the team, who are not gonna like leave you with the burden like I think has happened in the past. And like you're prioritizing that. And I think that like right now that means that there's a lot of like completing cycles and like letting go and kind of walking on your own, walking on your own. But you have this like deeply rooted intuitive sense. Um, Feels like there's something else about the situation though that I kind of want to dig into. Ten of Cups, Three of Swords. I'm actually getting that there might be like a specific situation that you walked away from with this like Ten of Cups, Three of Swords, that was like in my head, like I'm getting like supposed to be your happily ever after, supposed to be your forever person, supposed to be your family. Um, Instead it left you really heartbroken. It was like you set everything up to live this dream, to have this experience the way that you wanted it. And I think like there wasn't the reciprocation, there wasn't the connection. Like you were really prioritizing showing up in this energy of like teamwork, of building, of saying like, let's have this shared dream, this shared vision. And I think someone kind of broke your heart there. Yeah, we've got the Five of Cups on the bottom. I think someone broke your heart there. This, it's funny because now I'm like seeing the connection to like, me setting up my whole camera and being like, I'm gonna film a great video, just like, one shot, one take. It's gonna be awesome, and then it just comes crashing down. Everything, the camera, the cards, the deck, and I just had to pick up the pieces and start filming again. And when I'm done, I'm gonna have to edit these together, and it kind of feels like that. That's like the energy, is this sense of like, you feel like you weren't supposed to have to start over. You weren't supposed to, but like, why did this happen? Like, what happened? I need some more information here. Jeez. Ten of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Three of Cups. It's interesting because this is like a very, I guess, like positive collection of cards, but we're like asking like, why did this heartbreak happen? Um, but like what I'm getting from this, with this like Queen of Pentacles, Three of Cups, I think like this Queen of Pentacles may have been like the person who you were trying to really build something with. And I think with that like Three of Cups, it's like there might have been other things in their community, their friend group, their other people, whatever it was, not even something that would be inherently bad on its own, but it's like that's where they put the effort. With this like Ten of Pentacles and Eight of Pentacles, like that's where this person put their effort, was into, I think, building these connections elsewhere. Um and not putting in the same like level of effort on your team. I want to know why. The Emperor, Magician. This is like kind of giving me a couple things here with this Emperor and Magician. I think there may have been this sense of, I think, something else that was meant to be called in. I think you had this feeling of like, this person, this situation, this was supposed to be it for me. Um, but it's like there was something else. There was something else about like your power that you were not owning, that maybe like you were giving away a little, that you were not fully stepping into. And I think like with this Emperor and Magician, it's almost like, showing you, I think, how capable you are, and like showing you your capacity for success, for like navigating that dark night of the soul. And this almost, it doesn't even feel like an inevitability. It feels in this energy like this person, this Queen of Pentacles that we're talking about, like she could have, and I'm saying she, but like there's no gender roles, I guess. So it's like they could have done what you wanted them to do. Like, really, they could have. But they didn't. And I think that like there's something here about like you having this greater purpose. This greater purpose. I'd like to know a little bit more about that. Four of Pentacles, Ten of Swords reverse, the Chariot. So I think that this is about holding on to your path and not holding on to your failures. It's about being so secure in your path that like nothing can deter you. And like almost like this proved it to you. I feel like this is something that proves it to you that it's like if you're willing to navigate through this dark, with only the light of your intuition, and you are so like committed to that path, so holding like so tightly to it that it just kind of like reverses the effect of any failure, of any negative energy, of any loss that you'd experience. Like that's really powerful transformative energy. That's really powerful like alchemy, really. um it's almost like this person had a choice and they made the choice not to show up, and when they made that choice, spirit said, okay, now it's time for us to kind of like activate this other part of you. Now it's time for us to give you something better. Now it's time for us to like train you to receive what it is that you're fully capable of, which is get some cards on that. Ace of Swords, Five of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, and the Hermit. um I think that this is really about it feels like this like deeply rooted sense of personal like security, that overrides ego, like not just yours but like other people, and this sense of determination, of diligence that you hold within yourself that is like so powerful. And I think like you are meant to be someone who is like utilizing that on a lot of levels. Like I'm seeing you as this hermit here, um in this place of like peace and understanding within yourself, because I was also saying you're showing up as the high priestess. Like this is someone who's been through a lot, who's been having all these experiences, to learn so that they can like wield this ace of swords, this like truth, this clarity, and bring it to these situations where I think it would otherwise be lacking, where I think the truth has been misused or distorted or slandered. And you're someone who like I'm getting like has like a personal relationship with truth, with intuition, with things like that. Um very much so. And I think that there's something here about like your path being something where you're meant to be like a truth teller, where you're meant to be someone who shows up to cut through the bullshit, to make known uh, what spirit wants, what spirit needs other people to know. That's very interesting. This is not the direction I expected this reading to go, but I'm fascinated. It's like, what's kind of the outcome of this? Like, what does spirit want you to know about like where you're going now, or how long this moon's gonna last? Okay, the world. So I have like goosebumps now, like full body goosebumps. You're coming out of this dark night of the soul. You're coming out of the woods. It's like the dawn is breaking now, and you've been navigating with the moon and the stars, and like still moving at this breakneck pace. That's done now. That's done now. Like congratulations, you passed the test with flying colors. So what's next, spirit? Nine of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. You have to confront the anxiety that you have about things getting easier. You know, I think that like there's almost this evolution because like at first you were showing up as like more of the Knight of Wands, and now we have like the Queen of Wands here. And it's almost like the next step is recognizing your growth and like recognizing your independence and not being overwhelmed or I think like scared by that. And I'm also getting like realizing that like being independent doesn't mean that like you're destined to be alone or have to do it alone. You know, like the Queen of Wands is a very vibrant and very attractive and very magnetic personality. And I think that like you have gotten kind of comfortable on your own, and there's a little bit of like anxiety of like I think stepping into like the fullness of like your own light, of your own energy. Like you've been spending so much time just barely generating enough light to like cut through the dark. And now, you know, the dawn's coming up and it's like this feels like a lot. This feels like a lot, but it's going to be a good a lot, I think. It's going to be a good a lot. And you know, again, like you leveled up from like the knight to the queen. And I think that there's also going to be some like recognition of that in the way that people approach your energy and the way that people perceive you. And there may be some anxiety there of like feeling like what's happening here? Do I deserve this? Or, you know, did I earn this? Like, yeah, you did. You did, point blank. You did that, and you're the queen of the shit now. So congratulations on that. Spirit, is there anything else that this collective should know? Page of Cups. The Lovers. Well, I'm I'm like specifically being told like not to say too much here, except I don't think that you're going to be doing it alone any longer or for much longer. And I think that the next part of like the next chapter of your journey, like your path along this life, is to understand what it means to have your energy fully matched. So, have fun with that.